Hey everybody, it's time for the second real life superhero costume intro with a brand new costume with the same 2013 plus and before retro sweatsuit with zipper, without sweat jacket, with or without sweat jacket, t-shirt, white t-shirt with sayings and imagery on them, and with or without blue trunks over the gray pants. Like I said, in these daytime intros, those trunks, I didn't feel like wearing them, so they won't be featured here. And this is the same as the Douglas Blair Roberts YouTube social media personality based intros and the old videos from those years. But the difference is, like I said, difference between this and those newer intros for that page, I'm wearing the regular size New Balance footwear with tape. This is my taped up high top Nike footwear from that time period. I have everything from that time period except for the actual two shirts, which, like I said, I'm not sure if I have those two shirts anymore. So with that being said, this is the same thing, only this time it will be the Sonic It Doesn't Matter and Jeff Hardy's theme. So with that being said, let me get started right now. Hey everybody, it's time for my part 2 daytime on camera webcam real life superhero review of the 2023 summer blockbuster CGI animated film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem reboot, which already now is taken out of the Shadow's crown of being the best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, period, and being one of the best TMNT things alongside TMNT 12. To see the part 1 narration introduction, the link will be in the description box below. Yeah, this is the larger part 2 real life superhero version. Gonna start the video, then gonna make my grand entrance on camera. I'll be by the window over there. Like I said in part 1, I initially gave up on Ninja Turtles after the box office disappointment that was Out of the Shadows, since there will be no more of that awesome rebooted Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles, which in my opinion at that time, that especially Out of the Shadows was the best Ninja Turtles period, alongside the 2012, which I consider the supreme best. Out of the Shadows is still the best when it comes to live action Ninja Turtles movies. But when it comes to Ninja Turtles period, the 2012 CGI series and this Mutant Mayhem movie are now the supreme best Ninja Turtles films. But yeah, I was done because I figured a reboot, when I heard they were going to reboot, I figured a reboot would be like the 2003 series, the original Mirage comic books, since that's what the hardcore Ninja Turtles fans wants, and the original 3 live action movies, which I think those 3 things, those franchises have their moments. Those parts of the franchise have their moments, but those 3 things are 3 of the worst Ninja Turtles things. Worst things in the Ninja Turtles franchise. They are the worst in the franchise. Yeah. But when I saw the trailers, yeah, this is like an edgy reboot of Out of the Shadows, the 2012 series, and the 80s series. Yes, the 2012 and the 80s series has become the staple of Ninja Turtles now. Even though it was the comic books that started it all, it was the 80s that revolutionized and kick-started the Ninja Turtles franchise. Even though the comic books, it was that popularized the Ninja Turtles. We're talking about Ninja Turtles nowadays because of how awesome that 80s and 90s series, which is still awesome because they still make cameos to this day. You can still see their influences, which is them. That was the first one that gave the Turtles their signature personalities. That was the one that gave them the different color headbands and knee pads. Then what's happening? Oh yeah. Then you got the 2012 version, where the first 2 have them appear looking different. And like I said, it's just like an edgy reboot of the Out of the Shadows film. Another thing I liked about this, I can't stand the Ninja Turtles franchise. There are several aspects of the franchise I do like, but as a whole, I can't stand Ninja Turtles. It's just something I grew up with, just like Dragon Ball and Spider-Man. Even though I like Spider-Man much more than Dragon Ball and Ninja Turtles. With Spider-Man, it's just the Andrew Garfield, Sony Spider-Man films and the fans of those Amazing Spider-Man and Sony Spider-Man universe films. That's what I can't stand. That's whom I can't stand. That's who I can't stand. But Ninja Turtles and Dragon Ball, yeah, I can't stand these. They're just things I grew up with. So the one thing I like about this is not only does it have an original story, it's a gigantic mutant story. Yes, one thing I always hated about Ninja Turtles was they should have called it Teenage Human Ninja Turtles, because you don't really see any actual mutant stuff except for Bebop, Rocksteady, Rat King, and characters like that. Come to think of it, the early comic books, in my opinion, were terrible when it was Shredder and the Foot. When it was Shredder Foot, just a crap, regular bunch of human ninjas somehow taking over New York City. Yeah, I thought that was crap. I thought that was garbage and crap. It got much better later on. We got away from Shredder and got to other bad guys like Baxter Stockman and Triceratons and the Rat King. Really love how the comic book did the Rat King. Rat King. Yeah, here they have a gigantic storyline and a gigantic mutant plot, which is something the previous two live action films, especially Out of the Shadows, had. Here, instead of Shredder, they square off with a new mutant fly called Superfly. And this turtle is like also an origin story. And year one, the turtles being misfits, trying to find their place and find equality in the world. One day they encounter April O'Neil, who accidentally distracting her, which allows someone to make off with her bike. They save April O'Neil and her bike, and a friendship between them. April O'Neil also. Yeah, one of the things I didn't like was April O'Neil was an Afro-American, a brown person like me in this film. Now, changing characters' ethnicities, it can work in several things, but I'm sick of brown people doing this, changing characters who are a certain race to be something else just to be progressive and get more views. What if they took any famous brown person and made them white? Yeah, you don't like that, so stop doing it with your franchise. But the character was still okay. The puke girl thing, where she has a thing where when she gets nervous and speaking for people, she pukes, earning the title Puke Girl, where she has a short arc where she overcomes that before comically puking again. So it's about the turtles finding equality in the world, despite Splinter's protest. As Splinter, he hates the humans for their horrible treatment of him, and doesn't want the turtles to go through the same thing. Leo tries to follow the what's called the turtles, make fun of him for having his head off Splinter's butt, cleaning what does it smell like, whatever it smells like, pizza and Doritos, cheese and Doritos. Yeah, it was hilarious. There was also lots of popular songs such as the He-Man Hey Nah song appears in there, and several West Coast like hip hop or East Coast like hip hop songs appear. Hope the copyrights don't catch those, but The CGI animation is okay. It's a little too dark, which makes it hard to see awesome action scenes. It's hard to tell what's going on. We have a Thor 2011 problem, and a Thor 2011 and Max Steel problem, 2016 Max Steel problem. We also have a Turtles. Also, the artwork is a little weird. It's a little bit too cartoonish. Another thing I like about this is that one thing that caught me by surprise is Bebop and Rocksteady. I thought they were going to be antagonists here. They're in this film, but they're heroes in this film. So I've always been a huge fan of Bebop and Rocksteady. One of the main times villains were villains were cooler than the heroes, and to see them fight as heroes. But I'm pretty sure this is an origin, and then in part 2 they'll join up with the Shredder and a Krang. I can already predict where this is gonna go. So yeah, this is a Ninja, and one of the reasons people hate it is this is the first Ninja Turtles film without Shredder. Once again, there are various incarnations of Shredder I like, but I hate and think Shredder is a lame bad guy. So I'm happy he isn't here, but I do hope he makes his presence with Krang in the future, which I'm pretty sure he will. This is the first Turtle movie that has nothing to do with Shredder, which is why a lot of people hated it. Yeah, Rambo Ralph already hating this because it's new, because this rightfully, which it earned, got a 95% on the Rotten Tomato meter. First reason, he doesn't understand it. When the first reason, this is a cartoon. This is a cartoon, which is much easier to make. Trying to show a Ninja Turtles do a cartoon movie is much easier than trying to do this in live action. That's the first point. Number 2, it actually earned it. It's the best one, period. Though I wish people need to understand those crappy live action films from the 90s, especially the first one, were atrocious and only good for nostalgia. You're not better than Michael Bay, and especially you're not better than this right here, the best of all time now. Yeah. The whole plot is, once again, the Turtles trying to find equality into the world, and they get recruited by the main antagonist, Superfly, who's as part of his grand mission to wipe out humanity. Once they learn his intentions and see how good humans can be and how humans aren't perfect, and that wiping them out will be wrong because they'll be just like them. The Turtles turn against Superfly, and they convince everyone else to turn against him too. So a gigantic battle between Superfly ensues, with Superfly wanting to build a machine that will wipe out humanity. They all stop him. By tossing him into the water, but the mutant goes in after him, turning him into a giant Superfly. Big giant Superfly, with the combined efforts of the Turtles, keep forgetting what they did. They slice him and overload him with mutagen, I think, and defeat him and are hailed as heroes. Even Splinter, who was previously racially profiled by racially harassed and profiled by humans, and they become humans, and so starts the epic adventures of the
We just watched the movie and came back. We're fine.
Of the Turtles. All of the voice acting was good. Don't recognize any voice actors. I recognize the credits, but I don't know who's who. I really didn't feel like looking it up before this movie. So yeah, I definitely can't wait for a sequel to this. I'm just as excited now as I was back in 2014 and 16. They once again done it. Paramount has done it themselves. I was excited back then. I thought they made the best possible with Out of the Shadows, which is still the best live action Ninja Turtles, and still one of the best in the franchise. But now they have been surpassed by TMNT 2012 series, and now this right here, Mutant Mayhem. So yeah,
we got along very well.
I can't wait. I want to see more characters like Tokai Razar, Rat King, Leatherhead, Casey Jones in the future, Baxter Stockman and the Fly. Yeah, what's his name? What you call it? And a bunch of other characters like the Triceratons. And maybe he hasn't been in anything since the 80s cartoon. Lord Dredd, or Dreg, whatever his name was. Yeah. And Krang and Shredder. Krang, especially Krang. Yeah. So yeah, this was my review of the 2023 Ninja Turtles films. More reviews are coming in the future as soon as I rewatch and remember what it's about. And you see my weapon of choice right here. I didn't feel like getting the swords, the katanas, so I got the sticks like Donatello. The swords like Leonardo, so I got sticks like Donatello. And the small like Raphael's katanas and Michelangelo's nunchucks, which I hate Michelangelo's, but that's what I'm appearing as. And I have the mask on. I have the mask on since it's the Ninja Turtles here. Ninja Turtles here. What's after the Ninja? Oh yeah. Now my ratings. Yeah, like I said, I give this full price, somewhere between full price and better than sex. Yeah, but if I had to be fair, a fair critic, little matinee, because it's different from the original Ninja Turtles, Lord, I will piss off some fans, which I really don't care about, but yeah, but it's the perfect film for film fans of this generation. I think it's the best period. So yeah, full price, better than sex, rather be fair, little matinee. So yeah, awesome movie. Yeah. You want to hear the rest of the music? Turn the video off right now.